This week on the Face Off Hockey Show, sure, we got gold medals tonight, but do you have suspensions? Neither does the NHL. They had one. We'll talk about the season ticket drive. We'll talk about the ish that went down in Chicago and trades aplenty. Oh, boy, howdy. There's a lot of trades. Don't know what that means. We'll have Lau Riches on to break it down for us at a fundamental standpoint. Face Off Hockey Show right now.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
and a breakaway. They shoot the stars. There we go.
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes.
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
That's right, everybody. Welcome. Face Off Hockey Show. I am indeed Scotty Waz. How are you all on this Wednesday or whenever you're listening night? Yeah, great. It's good to hear from you. Glad you're here with us. I'm joined as always by Johnny P and Mark with the C. Boys, how are we?
Good. That was
Mark's
good. Good rhyming.
Yeah, I know, a little rhyme scheme here. Why not? We do it to you every Wednesday. I don't know what that meant. I don't know. I'm feeling a little sick. I'm coming down with the little sinus thing. So
it's a good thing you're not in Maryland. It snowed on Saturday, and it's 80 degrees today.
Yeah, no. I am bringing all my allergy medicine and all my doping with me when I travel there next week. So that's a new point. I'll be in studio next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my flight gets on at noon on Wednesday, so I'll be able to hang out at Johnny's for a bit.
I have an extra chair. I have headphones, microphones, and everything. I can even bring in the old-time microphone. I can give you this microphone, and I'll bring in the old-timey one for myself.
It's like we have a real
from
studio
the rafters, so I can
There
pull
you
it
go.
down from the rafters and talk.
There you go. Perfect. Gimmick works excellent. So yeah, we got some things maybe to talk about. We got some trades, a lot of Caps trades too. We'll talk to Larson about that and get these boys' thoughts beforehand. But obviously our week, Johnny back in the workaday world.
Yeah, I went back to work. It's good. It's good so far. The people like me.
That's all that matters, honestly.
The drive is not bad. I thought the drive would be worse, but it's not terrible. That 50 into 97 drop right there is god awful. Like, there has to be a better way to do that entire section around there.
You'd think
but
that,
other than that,
but they've had this for how many years and they still haven't fixed it yet. So I don't know if there is a better
they're not
way.
going to fix it. Nobody's going to fix it. I'm just saying there has to be a better way to do it.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to get fixed. My GPS has actually taken me up 178 to 97.
Interesting way.
Most of the week. Today I wanted to try the 50 to 97, and it wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
A little bit of traffic, nothing too bad.
It's just silly.
Kind
Shit,
of
right.
What are you thinking?
It was kind of dumb, not gonna lie. And I picked up a foam topper for the bed. Gives me a little bit more cushioning. My back was starting to hurt a little bit. Don't know if that was from hauling out the CRT TVs that I had in the basement or the bed, but it was on sale at Target. Picked it up. Slept at 99% last night.
Ooh, that's a good rate.
So I'm gonna say that it worked pretty well. Gonna say it was a good purchase.
Definitely.
Let's see. What are my sleep?
What were you sleeping at pre-topper?
Wasn't Topper like the name of like every kid you knew when you were young in Pasadena?
High probability.
So before Topper, I was at 86, 80, 77. I was at a 53 one night.
Jesus.
I think the 53 though was, the 53 was definitely last Wednesday, and that was when I stayed up to watch USA Canada after the show, and drank by my. Well, actually no, I drank talking to Bailey and Death through FaceTime.
Nice.
I was at 93 on Monday night though, and then I was at 99 last night. 9 hours 15 minutes at 99%.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Mark.
I mean,
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
fucking-
Next step is Death. I mean, not the guy
not-
we know.
No, not our death. My
Yeah.
death.
Speaking of though, average of the week 9 hours 11 minutes
Nice.
for the last 7 days, and that includes last Wednesday night when I didn't sleep for very long because of the game, hockey game.
Nice. Well, there you go.
So sleep stats are good.
Especially, it's going to help you, especially with your new workaday world you're in. So that'll help.
Yeah, I have that now. So I got a really fast computer though. Nice fast computer for work. Yeah, it's cool. Get my feet wet, getting things taken care of. I mean, obviously, new hospital. I've only gotten lost once.
That's good.
If you had day 3 for when Johnny loses his car in the parking garage, you would have won today in the poll. Yeah. Apparently, I really, really got used to just parking my car in exactly the same spot every day.
Now you have to find a new exact same spot.
I know. I tried. I thought I had it, actually. I walked up literally to where I parked my car yesterday, and my car was not there. And then I was like, I don't remember where I parked this morning. So then I tried other levels in exactly the same spot, and I found it. It was one level down.
Nice. You found
But yep.
Eventually you found it.
So that's pretty much been my week so far. Gold medal game tonight is a massive conundrum. Do I want to stay up and watch the game? Do I want to just record it and watch it later and not go on Twitter? I'm going to go with option B, probably.
Yeah, I'll probably just go on Twitter tomorrow morning. Because if the U.S. women win, it's going to be on radio network here, especially because 2 of the UND's great, quote unquote, great lineage, the Lambert.
Oh, I don't listen to their radio on the way into work. Not yet, because I still don't know which direction I'm actually going.
Okay, fair enough.
So my phone's plugged in, so I'm listening to Google Lady talk to me and some Amazon music. So yeah, I probably won't find out if I don't watch it, so I should be good.
Awesome. Mark, how are your sleep stats? Oh shit!
I saw the Hudson sleeping today in a crib.
Yeah, that is true. It is happening slowly but surely. It's all happening. He's asleep right now, but not all the way upstairs. So we're working on it. He's slowly getting into his room.
Do you have a like a foyer he's sleeping in? Like how's he's not all the way upstairs? I'm confused by this.
I have 3 levels. Yes, I'm in the basement. There's a middle living room layer, and then there's a top layer.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Just like a pie or a cake.
Yeah, I would go Stromboli, but
yeah,
works too.
Okay.
All right. Good. Yeah. Anything happened to you exciting this week in the fatherhooddom?
Mm-hmm. No, not really. I went to a wedding over the weekend. That was fun. Oh. It was in New Hampshire, and we were back. That's all I got.
Nice. Good work.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do this week? When I was drinking Saturday, Jen was sick all weekend. That was about it. Kind of dull. We did, and as revealed on the Twitter, we have been approved for credentials for so far 2 of the 3 because Johnny's still in that nice little requested area. He's in that fine
Yep.
middle requested area. He's
Technically right now, Face Off Hockey Show has not gotten a credential.
No. Me and Jen have gotten it.
UND Sports has gotten 2.
Yes, UND Sports has gotten through to that. We'll actually see what it's listed on the thing. It could just be these guys. But
it's like handwritten.
Yeah, exactly. And just question marks. Radio reporter. So Jen and I will be in attendance. Hopefully Johnny will get there. He is Schrodinger's press corps man right now. He is neither alive nor dead. So works out perfectly.
Yep. I'm in NHL purgatory.
Yes, exactly. Oh, press purgatory. Jen did buy me some Oyos because she likes feeding the habit.
That's amazing. Like, she's just a massive enabler.
Essentially. Well, she ripped it. She said it was weird. She said, this is kind of weird. I'm like, what do you mean weird? This is a hobby. I'm not buying cars or anything like that. So she's like, you know what? You're not wrong.
You could
wait
be
until
buying toy cars.
Wait until you go to get the oil changed and come back with a Dodge Dart.
I know, right? He got rid of that Dart and got that big Dodge Ram crew cab.
Yeah, why would he? Why would he keep it around?
Right. I think it only had like 2,000 miles on it, the Dart, when he resold it. So who knows? I'm gonna check because I'm gonna be driving the Journey. I'm gonna check how many miles that has on it. And if it's under 25,000, I'm gonna fucking like burn it.
You should keep track. You should take a picture. Like when you get into the Journey, and then when you leave the Journey, and then the next time you're here, take another picture of the odometer, and we can figure out how many miles your dad drove it between the 2 times that you were here.
But I'm sure it's
because I feel like
every
you drive it.
Oh, I'm sure I drove the Dart the most out of me and my dad. I was there. I drove it for a day because the Journey had a tire that blew up, so he had to go get it fixed. So,
I remember that. That was when you were staying at my house.
Yeah. So that was a hoot. But anyway, yeah. Oh yes. Speaking of enablers, but I also do have a die-cast car collection for NASCAR, but I only get it on the cheap, so I'm technically buying cars. So we'll see. In any case, a little Andre Vasilevsky, literally little Andre Vasilevsky, little Austin Matthews, zing-a-ding and then for old school's sake, Justin Williams in the Caps garb.
Nice.
Well, Justin Williams in the Cap. Remember him? Remember when he was a Cap?
He doesn't have as much hair as I thought he would.
No, he doesn't. No, you look at the back. They really don't have that much hair. It's they're all kind of bald. All kind of.
Oh. I expected them to have hair.
Right? Fantastic facial hair, though. He has the stubble. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start moving over to the new rink. I bought the new rink is set up next right there. And the old rink's right over there. So could have a move in the near future. So there you go. That's our life. Our life is quite fantastic, isn't it, folks? You glad? I got a flight to catch next week, so I'll have great stories on the road, I'm sure.
I thought you said fight. I was like, wait, what?
It'd be fantastic if I was fighting. Some great fights on the way to the airport. Counter people, TSA people. It's gonna be great.
We should have people send us what their weeks are,
and we'll pick one out. We'll pick someone's best week. Called the best week ever.
Sure.
VH1 will sue us. Okay, good.
That's fine. What if we put 2 Vs?
Best week.
Actually, is VH1 even a thing anymore?
I think it is. Spike TV isn't a thing anymore.
VH1's owned by MTV now, though, I believe.
Right.
Anyway.
They're a Viacom. It's a Viacom property. And now Spike TV is just a Paramount movie channel. Oh. Yeah, no, it's Paramount movie channel, Spike TV now. It's a damn shame. It's a damn hell ass shame. Yeah. All right, let's get to some injuries then, shall we? maybe.
I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
I'm updating the rundown as we speak. After a trade that happened a few hours ago, not too long ago, where the Kings and the Coyotes made a swap for who cares? Who cares? And then this report.
Did I see that the Coyotes got 2 goalies in that trade?
No, they got one. Coyotes got a goalie, Darcy Kuemper.
I thought there was talk of a backup goalie going as well.
Scott Wedgwood went to Scott Wedgwood and Tobias Reeder went to LA. So it was a backup goalie trade essentially. Odds are Darcy Kuemper is going to be a starter next year in Arizona because they don't know shit about goaltending. Also, a great story that Sens could discount Carlson if team is willing to take Bobby Ryan. So,
wow,
there you go. Go fuck yourself, Bobby Ryan.
Hey, I'll take Carlson and Bobby Ryan if they take Orpik from us. I'd be down for that.
It's actually not terrible.
I don't think the Caps don't have the money. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think they have room to do that, but
they currently have $690,000 for the trade deadline with the trade that they acquired that happened today. So they basically have to have a money in, money out situation. $693,775 for the deadline. Orpik would get rid of 5.5 of that. So you'd almost have to get rid of Jesus, I don't know who you could get rid of to on top of that. Grubauer, mate? No, not even that, because Bobby Ryan's Oshie's got a no move. Burakovsky's 3,000 or 3,000. That'd be a great deal. 3 million. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Calculate. Can I? Is there a tool that I can trade people? Can I trade? Give me a trade. Damn it. Anyway. Anyway, injuries. We'll get to that in a second. Jake McCabe, we mentioned yesterday, he's out with a shoulder injury, 4 to 6 months because he had shoulder surgery. So there's that.
Isn't that season ending? Like, haven't we gotten to the part of the year where things are season ending injuries now?
Yeah, especially since he plays for the Sabres. The season ended in November for those jokes. God love him though. God love him. Wayne Simmons
I'm going to see
down
the Sabres
2
on Saturday night, actually.
Huh?
Sabres Caps is my annual trip to the Caps game.
Oh, nice.
Saturday night.
There you go. SATURDAY night. Wayne Simmons of the Philadelphia Flyers, upper body injury. He is out 2 to 3 weeks. Michael Neuvirth, lower body injury, 4 to 6 weeks for him, which is why they picked up Peter Mrazek. Spoiler alert. There you go. Nick Foligno, lower body injury. He's out 1 to 2 weeks. While Eric Johnson and something called an Anton Lindholm have upper body injuries for the Colorado Avalanche, and they are out indefinitely. Miles Woods also suspended 2 games. Yeah. Miles Woods suspended 2 games for boarding. I think it was Vladimir Namstrakov, some shit like that.
Yeah, there've been a decent amount of suspensions recently.
A lot of suspensions.
By a decent 4. Well, and fines.
Yeah.
Like things coming out of the player safety group.
Wonder if they're feeling the pinch. I wonder if they're like, all right, people are making fun of us, so now we have to go to work. Now we have
they have like a quota?
There it is. That was what I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah, they have a quota. we gotta make sure we gotta get all of these.
That we need to bring in all of this extra money back from people. We need to start finding people.
Yeah. By the way, can people stop with the Gary Bettmans to blame for the U.S. not winning a medal in the Olympics? The NHL went last time, and they
like utter shit.
Yeah, like they went last time with the NHLers. They didn't do shit. They lost. They dominated, and then they got to the playoffs, and like, oh, what's hockey? They forgot what the hell they were doing. They finished 4th. So it's the lack of development. Go to ScottyWaz.com. I put it up there. It's fantastic.
Where did they finish this time? Like 8th? Do they play like round robin, like the 5th and 6th place game and 7th and 8th place games? Don't they have to actually like
Olympic hockey
in some of those events? Don't they actually have to have like the full played out so that they like get points and such?
Great question. I'm finding that out right now. So,
well, I think it means a lot more for like some of the smaller teams. It probably doesn't mean that much for the U.S. The U.S. are still going to make these events.
No, because
but, like there's always a flop of like Latvia and Belarus and Slovenia and.
Well, a lot of that changed because they used the World Championships as a point too.
Yeah.
So the U.S. is done. U.S. does not play a men's hockey game anymore. They're bounced in the quarterfinals. So done. Finito. Finito Santiago, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and then you get now that we get to the quarters, and that means semis are next, right?
Yeah, semis.
So they don't play the only games that they play. Jesus Christ, CBS, stop with this site. So the Czech Republic's going to play OAR, and Canada is playing Germany because Germany upset Sweden in overtime 4-3.
Oh, because that makes sense.
Yeah. So the Czech
Sweden
Republic
actually looked decently good.
Yeah, Sweden.
I wonder what occurred to them.
Sweden definitely odds-on favorite to win this. Along with
I liked how they also had 2 like NHL goalies basically in Jonas Enroth and Jesper Fast.
Yeah, kind of. But there's a reason why they're not in the NHL anymore.
Right.
Is
well, Enroth has never really been in the NHL.
What was that, Mark?
Who's on
Marco
Germany's
Stern
team?
still on this team?
I don't know. Let me check. I don't know. Great question.
Thank you. I have some
I didn't
from
see
time
Germany play at all this year. This Olympics. So
yeah.
Well, yet.
Yet or at all. Here we go. Christian Ehrhoff's on this team.
Nice.
And Marcel Gotch. So no Marco Sturm. Marco Sturm is the head coach. So yes, he is on this team.
Woo-hoo.
So he gets in under the coaching situation. He is on there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Have you watched much of the Olympics? Bueller?
This is exactly what happened in Sweden the last time the teams didn't have NHLers.
Yeah. Except for now Sweden didn't win. They don't get a stamp.
No.
Maybe it'll be Germany put a stamp on there. Anyway.
I watched I would record the games so that I could watch them when I got home from work.
Mm-hmm.
So I've watched the US games. And then I saw a little bit over the weekend. The Canada played somebody. I don't remember who it was. Czech Republic or Slovakia. Slovakia, I think they played. But it's just funny to watch because all of a sudden you're like, huh, I didn't realize that person wasn't playing in the NHL. They're like, oh, cool, I remember him from 1995. So stuff like that was going on in the Olympics. So that was cool. Ryan Donato was good. He shot well. Troy Terry passed the puck well.
So the college kids.
Jordan Greenway is a frustrating hockey player to watch. My God. The kid can act like he's huge in the corner and knock somebody over and keep the puck. And then he does this stupid backhand pass and just gives the puck back away. Where I'm like, what did you just do that for? And then he slashes the guy. I'm like, really? Could you?
I was wondering if he was in the Caps pipeline or not. He is not, sadly, because I'm like, that's a typical Caps player.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, no. It's like, why? And he was doing it to try to like stick up for Brian Rafalski at some point, where Brian Rafalski was just kind of like laughing everything off, and Jordan Greenway's like, I'm going to stick up for you, and he took like this dumb penalty, and I was just sitting there like, I'm gonna fast forward, like, watch this.
By the way, update. So Erik Karlsson has $6.5 million for next year as well on the contract.
Oh.
Bobby Ryan has 7.25 for the next 4 years.
Oh, I'd still take him over Brooks Orpik.
But then you're gonna have to get rid of Kuzi and like Tom Wilson.
Why? Let's just cut him next year.
You can't.
Why not?
Because you can't cut people.
This isn't the NHL. You can't just, I mean, the NFL, you can't just cut people.
Send him down the Hershey.
Does he have no movement? I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, he has modified no movement, no trade. Player submits a list of 10 teams, no trade list. So he has a no move clause.
So what if Hershey's not on one of the teams?
Well, it has to be the Caps. And then even if the Caps have him, they can't move him down.
What dummy gave him a no movement clause?
I think it was
the same dummy that's trying to pawn him off for cheap by getting rid of a much better player at the same time.
Right. I actually want to say it was Brian Murray who gave him that contract. We can't speak ill of him. Yeah, I think it was
like
Brian
how
Murray.
the owner comes out though and is like, yeah, so we're willing to do this.
Fuck it. The Sens are a goddamn mess. It's hilarious. Hilarious to see what's going on.
Didn't Melnick give himself a new title this week?
Yeah,
as well?
he named himself CEO. So, Eugene Melnick, God bless his heart, he's trying, but he's not doing it the right way. Like
is he taking some of the drugs?
He might be. Like his intentions are great, but boy howdy, yeah, I think he is taking some of the drugs. It'd be great if he was. It would explain a lot if he was, in all honesty. Remember, this is the guy who got drafted after Bobby Ryan, drafted after Sidney Crosby. The pick after Sidney Crosby. So, do with it what you will. Obviously, the Ducks are like, Bobby Ryan, whack, whack, whack. That was my Brian Burke impression. He's with the Ducks. All right, everybody. Patreon pick. Patreon has been a great thing for us. Patreon.com/faceoffhockey show. You can go there. You can go ahead and have yourself a time. You can be like Brian or Damon or Mark or Trista, Matthew, Ethan, Chris, or even Mitch. Maybe even Angela or Sean. But patreon.com/faceoffhockey show has some tiers. You can do some things, have some things, be a part of the show, kind of, sort of, maybe. Not really. A little bit. So we put out a poll every week. And this week, the winner was between Women's Summit Series and Players Knowing When to Quit. Players Knowing When to Quit wins. So, because it was brought up about the possibility of a Women's Summit Series rather than having it there in the Olympics because it's always U.S.-Canada.
Yeah, I read that article. It was dumb.
Yeah, I could see a reason for it, but
I thought that was called the exhibition lead-ups to the Olympics.
Kind of. I was going to say every other women's tournament. Sweden, I don't know what the hell happened to them. They turned tail and run quick. They were good for a time. I think they won silver at one of the games or one of the championships. I don't know. Point is this: they didn't win. Players who don't know when to quit. This comes out after a couple things. First off, Jerome McGinley's back practicing. He is practicing with the Providence Bruins of the AHL. He has no deal in place right now, but he's coming off a hip surgery, so he is he's looking to get a deal. Jaromir Jagr got concussed in a big way during a Czech League game, and his career could be over. His career could be done. He got oops upside the head in a pretty brutal shot from behind, and left the ice bleeding from the nose. And in all honesty, if he wasn't wearing that stupid broomball helmet, he probably could have saved that, but that thing flexes like nothing else. Flexes like a dude bro at the gym. It's like, yo.
Yeah, but he was playing in the Czech Republic. Who was the idiot that hit Jaromir Jagr?
That's true. Probably some Finnish kid. Jagr injury. Let's see if they actually name somebody. Takes scary hit to the head. It would just add to his injury-filled season. So
yeah. I feel like that's literally the last place he thought that he was going to get his career ended that way, was somebody hitting him from behind.
Yeah.
Like he had a better chance of getting into a car accident.
Yeah.
Than having that occur.
I don't know what that says. That's an all check, guys. Give me something. Give me something, not check, Twitter. Check, baby. 1, 2, 3. Check, baby. Anyway, see if Twitter provides who does it. In any case, my point is this: Shane Doan knew when to quit. A couple other guys knew when to quit. Yeah.
But isn't that like part of the reason that what's the best way to say this? Isn't that part of the reason that these guys were so good in their careers was because they have this drive and they think that they can still play at an elite level when they're 46 years old?
I guess.
I mean, I feel like how many times did Brett Favre retire? So, like, I feel like every athlete that has been at a pinnacle of a career has done this, that, and the other thing, and, is like, I got one more shot in me. I'm going to go for it. Like, what if Shane Doan had ever won a Stanley Cup? You think he would have just stuck around for like 2 or 3 more years instead of just being like, I want a gold medal?
Yeah, I mean, there's the idea of drive is great when you're a youngster trying to break through. And a guy in Jagr's case, a guy who was leaving Czech Republic and the stories of him when he first came into the league and trying to make a name for himself is a big thing. But at the same time, at what point is there no common sense in their mind? Because I guess not. Yeah.
Like this I mean, how Jagr's 46, right? And he started playing in the NHL when he was what, 20?
1990. So yeah, around there, yeah. 20, yeah, something like that.
So half of his life has consisted of playing in the NHL. He doesn't know what else to do right now. The same probably holds for Jarome Iginla.
That's true. So basically what we're saying is these guys are like professional wrestlers. They're professional wrestlers and they know nothing else, so they never really retire. They're just kind of there.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like Jaromir Jagr could have gone home and been like a national hero and had enough money to. I mean, we've all seen Eurotrip. He had to have made enough money to stay in the Czech Republic in his mansion. But I mean, I feel like Jarome Iginla's smart enough to do this as well. He's kind of just like, I'm gonna make this happen as long as I can.
One American nickel. I opened my own hotel.
Mark, what do you think about this? Is guys that want should we just shove them off into should we create a senior hockey league? I guess is my point.
Well, that would be more exciting to watch than the All-Star game, because if they had a senior league that was 3-on-3, I don't even care if they have a goalie or not.
Shorten the ice up
that's
a bit.
more exciting to me than the All-Star game.
Maybe do
what
like
are you
a puddle.
Talking about? What was the basketball thing? Wasn't that 3-on-3? The Fox.
Yeah.
And it was all retired basketball players.
Was it literally just called NBA threes? It
It
could
might
have
have been
been
called the Big Three.
something like that. The big three. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, no, like that seems genius. Like, why not?
Because then they don't have to wear pads or anything. Obviously, there's no hitting
Mm-hmm.
unless you invite Club.
I would
Lemieux
still
back or
make them
something.
wear pads. There's a decent chance that somebody falls into somebody else.
Well, here's also the thing. Listen, their pads are probably thin as hell anyway, so it's like they're wearing nothing at all. So I think it's fine.
Yeah.
You mean like my shoulder
I'm-
pads from the 80s that Mark used to wear?
Exactly.
So let's say that we're making 16 teams. Okay, let's say 16 teams.
I'm with you.
Who would you take number one of the players that have played in the NHL? Who would be your number one pick? Let's just say that we have to field. Screw it. This is NHL without line changes, right? This is NHL 94, no line changes. So we're just picking 3 people per team. I don't need any.
Maybe it's just a 5-minute game.
Any bench depth.
Right.
Who's number one?
And this is, are we shortening the rank, or is this a full 200 by 85?
I'm gonna say it's short rank.
Like 100 by 85.
Yeah.
It's like the puddle outside Laurel, or whatever the hell that rink is.
Yeah, the little yes, exactly. The one behind Logston.
Yeah. Who's my first pick? That's a great question. And this is anybody who's retired.
Anyone who's retired. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Anyone alive who's retired.
Are we putting it a 50 and over league? Is it a 50 and over league or a 40 and 40? Let's call it 40 and over league.
I would say 40 and over league's good.
I don't even know any of these people's ages.
Yeah. Oh God.
Well, if
40.
it's on the fence, I'll look it up.
I'm taking Sergei Fedorov.
Yeah, he's definitely over 40.
Yeah. I think he was 40 when he played with the Caps for that half season.
I'm going to have to see if my pick is 40. Who are you going to take, Mark?
I think I'm going to take Lemieux. I'm taking Mario Lemieux.
That's a good one. I think that's a good pick. He has all that practice in the alumni games. That would be a great pick.
Let's see. Yes! At 42 years old, I'm going to take Martin St. Louis.
Ooh, that's a good pick too.
Okay.
That's who
Do
I
you
would
want
start
to snake?
my
Do you
team
want to
with.
snake back, John?
Crap. Now I have to look up Wikipedia again for somebody new. Small rink. I need somebody who can pass the puck well. I am going to go with Adam Oates.
That's a good one. I like
Okay.
that. It's to you, Mark.
I'll take Timu Solane.
Timu's good. I'm going with Paul Coffey.
Ah,
Oh,
very nice.
Little offensive defenseman there.
Gotta have somebody back there.
Yeah. No goalies, right? We're Sans goalie.
Yeah, I mean the old
Yeah.
over 40 goalies aren't really going to do much in
No.
this league.
No, they're fat and they take up the whole net.
Yeah.
Let me see. Pick my guy is there. He might have to be grandfathered in, but I think he's over. Yeah, he is. Eric Lindros would be my third pick.
Wow. I want to pick somebody that can play defense. But
why?
I don't know. Let's see. That's why Fedorov such a great pick.
Exactly.
He
He's
can
two-way.
play offense or defense. He's a great two-way player.
It's true.
I guess I'll let him slide to John. I'm gonna take shoot. Who do I want?
Who are you
he's
going to
probably
let slide to me?
Probably a little slower than
'Cause I'm
than he
probably
used to
not
be, but
taking who you thought I was going
I'm
to.
gonna he's a little slower than he probably used to be, but I'm taking Raymond Bourque.
That's it. See, I was thinking between him and Coffee.
I saw him on TV when they were talking about his son being on the national team.
Yeah.
And he's put on a few pounds.
Oh yeah, no. He was out there for the Hershey Bears alumni game for their outdoor game. Hey, he really filled out that jersey.
You look
I'm
great.
still taking him though.
Yeah.
So my last pick, I'm going to go defenseman as well. And I'm going to go a defenseman who didn't need to skate that much anyway because he was always in fantastic position. And that's Nicholas Lindstrom.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
That's a great one.
We should ask Lyle.
So
we should
out
put
of-
this on Twitter and see if anybody wants to. Did we write these down? Do I have to go back through this and
I think I mine was Fedorov.
this was a good exercise.
Coffee
All out of the Patreon pick.
and Lindros. Mark, who did you had Solani as one.
Timu, Lemieux, and Bork.
Lemieux.
Bork.
Bork. And Johnny, you had Lindstrom.
I had Lindstrom, Martin
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis, and I
Oh.
forgot who I took in the middle because I went back to back.
Oh God, who did you take in the middle?
Why does Wikipedia not have bookmarks here? I just looked this up.
Why does it have a history?
Yeah, where's my history here?
I could go to the YouTube real quick and rewind 5 minutes or whatever.
Can you rewind a live
Martin
stream?
St. Louis, Nick Lindstrom. Oh, Adam Oates. Yeah, because he was going back to Russia.
Oh, that's right, Oates. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
go back to Russia, Oates.
All right, so that's on 3-on-3. If you had to pick one reserve, who would you pick, Johnny? I'll start with you.
I'm gonna take Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, I was wondering what. So is it just because he's? I don't
He's
understand
slow.
why
He's like over
nobody
50.
took him.
Yeah,
He's over 50.
Well, he had old gray
Plus he
Mary
has-
what he used to be.
He has back issues. You saw him pull out of that golf tournament
That's true.
so that he could
Mark,
go to the
who's-
Oilers thing.
Who's your fourth?
Steve Zierman,
Zierman. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
also a good two-way guy.
His knees ain't what they used to be, but I'd still pick him over most of the other guys. Pavel Bure.
Harold Baines. Oh,
Oh. He's my designated center, Harold Baines.
how about Bore? Nice. That's a good listing right there.
What was that? What happened?
No, I said that was a good listing. We put
Yeah.
together some decent teams, I think.
I think so too. By the way, a statement by H.C. Havrilov, who was the team that played against Yager, who went oops upside his head. They had to put out a statement. The actions
They're
of Mark
receiving death
Sikora on
threats.
Jaromir Yager in the 50th round of the WSM League was by no means played with an intent to bring the Czech Hockey League of injury. This is verbatim by Google Translate. And we refuse all the statements that our player accuses of a deliberate attack on Jaromir Yager. Marek Sikora is not a malicious player, and the whole affair, hockey, is a beautiful sport, but unfortunately also brings such unpleasant situations. According to the chairman of the panel of judges, Vladimir Cinder, the referee did not act on the foul and should be relieved of the person who was committed. Oh, the Czech is such a lovely language when translated.
Shouldn't Yager had known he was going to get hurt if he was playing in the Czech League of Injury? Like, I feel like the title of it just means somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah. Oh, somebody going to get their wig split like Mark Henry's theme song. So there we go. There we go, kids. Our senior 3-on. That was kind of happened organically. We talked about players and their drive and the reason why they still hang on, and then we went to the 3-on-3 situation.
Yeah, we should ask Lyle too.
We will. Well, we already took all
See
the
what he
good pickings.
That's true.
Um,
And you can't pick players already picked. Sorry.
no, you can't. We can't Gaylord Perry this thing. Replace for every team. Some more news. Seattle starting their season ticket drive March
Oh.
1st.
We have real quick. We
Oh,
have
here we
one from the chat actually. Chris has put in a team of Niedermeyer, Andra, and Hall.
Which one? Which Niedermeyer?
Scott Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer, Bonjour, and Hall. That's a good one.
I asked if he has a fourth.
Yeah. So the fan pick is Niedermeyer dead. Bonsai.
No Brindamore.
Brindamore could probably still play in the league. Brindamore could be our modern day Yannick Perreault at 47.
And he has he's throwing in a Chris Chelios pick as a fourth.
Oh, Chelly, just for the chili alone, warm up those old bones. Thank you, Chris. That's a good team. God, What If Sports allows you to pick only 3 players. Remember What If Sports? That was great, wasn't it?
They would give it to you in your prime, though. We don't want these players in their prime. We want them now.
What we should do is find a way to win both the Powerball and the Mega Millions. Combine that money to get this thing become a reality.
Agreed, and sell it to Fox. Fox buys anything.
That's true. So yeah, Seattle's starting their ticket drive March 1st. Be ready. Be out there. Get your dollars already. Chicago. The Blackhawks banned 4 fans who made racist comments towards Devontae Smith-Pelly during the game on Saturday night. Apparently when he went to the penalty box after a fight, they were chanting basketball, basketball, basketball. Not only are they not clever, but come on. Really? You had a team. Isn't Johnny Oduya on that team?
Right. Or was at one point.
And Dustin Byfuglien definitely was on that team. He was there in that great purge of everything. Oduya plays for Ottawa now, but he did play for them at one point.
I'm gonna say these weren't real Blackhawks fans.
You sure? You sure?
I'm hoping so. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm really hoping that this was something. I think the more interesting bit was the people whining to Greg about why he was asking if these were season ticket holder seats, and how a season ticket holder can be punished for people sitting in their seats doing things like this.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain you signed something that says that people can't do dumb shit when they're in our seats.
Right? Yeah. I don't know how that would work. I saw that and I'm just like, wait a minute, you fucking people on the internet are the worst.
I like the one person that was like, so if I sell my car and somebody gets into an accident, I'm still held responsible for the accident. And Greg's like, no, you don't own your car.
No. If you gave away these tickets,
you still own the seats.
Right. Yeah. If you gave away those tickets to those jackasses and they did that shit, that should be on you, stupid.
Yeah.
People don't understand rationality.
I don't know. I think it's stupid. I liked what he came out, the interview that he gave the next day, talking about how this is still all the same stuff that went on 40 years ago that we are now still dealing with. Like, when will this end? Basically, when will people figure out their own lives, I guess, for lack of a better way to say that.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
They won't ever, because they're idiots. In any case,
it was good for him to react.
Yeah, I'm glad he did. I mean, that's good on his. That's fucking brave as shit on his part. Man, but you know what? DSP has been a great. He's a great ambassador. He's a great dude.
He's also been a really good pickup for the Caps.
Yeah, he really has. He's filled that kind of Justin Williams kind of like almost grind role, almost score ability to score, almost like a Dave Semenko for Ovechkin for a part there in the beginning of the season, like a muscle on that line.
Yeah.
By the way,
somebody that'll go to the goal.
Exactly. A Mike Greer, if you were, just go right to the goal. Ovechkin 35 goals, 10th season with 35 goals. Good for him.
Nice. He has what is it? 22 games left, I think, to reach 50.
Yep, and he's only got I think it's 6 goals until he hits 600. So
Yeah, something like that.
okay.
Nice. I'd love to see him get to 50 again this year.
I would love it too. That would be fantastic. Like and to be honest, I'd be one of the guys eating the crow. Because I'm like, yeah, no, fucking Ovechkin's washed up. Oh, 50? What do you mean? Hold on a minute. What?
Yes, I would love that. That'd be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He can score 15 goals in 22 games.
And the fact that he's 32, like just towards the end of his prime now, and yet still putting up numbers and still a fucking horse. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's got 36, 60 games. He's got 22 games left. 36. Did he score last night? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he scored last night too.
Yeah, so he's got 6. Yeah, 6 until. God, he's got over 1,000 points, like over 1,100 points. Jesus.
Yeah,
it's odd that we take that for granted now. Like Ovechkin's just like, wow, look at these fucking numbers he's puts up.
I know, right? Like, oh yeah, we're only seeing one of the best players of our time, but oh yeah, he's never won a cup, so he can't be good.
His goal assist differential isn't that far off, by the way, either. 594 goals, 508 assists.
It's not bad.
It's not going to win a Cy Young, but still pretty
No.
good.
Unless he played on the last place team in like the NL West, like that could win him a Cy Young there. Like who's a crap team in the NL West now? Because the Diamondbacks actually made it to the playoffs last year. If he was if he pitched for the Padres, that'd be impressive. The Padres, everybody. What is there to talk about? What do we got? We got stuff to talk about. Lyle, we got trades coming up. Trade deadline is what? Monday, right? Monday or Wednesday? It's Monday, usually, right?
28th?
Bueller?
Yeah, it normally is a Monday. No, it was a Wednesday last year.
So are we going to do deadline review next week? It'd be great.
Didn't we have 48 hours of deadline coverage?
We had 77 hours.
It's the 28th. It's next Wednesday.
The 26th.
Oh, it's the 26th? Oh, it's Monday. Damn it.
Monday. I will be at work. So the Caps adding depth on defense. Eric Fair gets traded. You know? Shit's crazy, yo.
F16. Mike Green. People talking about Mike Green leaving.
Mike Green. Who that Mike Green? Mike Green, I don't know. I don't know about him. I don't know about Mike Green. I don't know if he's as good as he once was, but he was good once. Toby Keith. Anyway. Boy, howdy.
Lyle will probably show up soon.
He'll pop in every now and again. We got some stuff to talk. The haha fuck you is I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait because boy howdy. No one's gonna get it. No one is you might get one or two. I put the over under at 2.5, the numbers you guys would get. Put it at 2.5.
ECHL teams.
Oh, yep, it's the Eckel this no, it's the SPHL this week, sir. Eckel was last week.
Oh jeez.
Listen, I don't cobble together these rundowns for nothing. I do it for a lot of nothing.
Read them.
I know you. I see you when I jump in. I see you. I sees you. Gaining on you. Yeah, so we'll do that here in a bit when Laura gets on. Well, that sounded like somebody that used to be in her past life. God, I haven't flown in a while. Yeah, I really haven't flown in a while. Last trip, Calgary in August. I'm just talking to myself at this point. We're just trying to kill time here. I'm trying to think of the flight. Like I already have lunch plans with my birth mom and then dinner plans with the family. Then breakfast plans with the family. It's a fun point about coming home is that, your time is pretty much set for you.
Did you ever wonder why people fly so much?
I know. Boy, the arms get tired. Yeah, the best part about coming home after like a 3-year absence, almost a 3-year absence. Last time I was home was for Mark's wedding. So, 1.5 years or so ago. Yeah. I had hair then. I had hair. It's great. Anyway. I really want this NHL 3-on-3 to happen. The NHL is all about the 3-on-3 for, or at least EA Sports is. Like, why the hell not?
But it's too good. It's too smart.
By the way, no alumni game this year for the Stadium Series. If you were scoring at home or even if you're alone. No alumni game. I had this. By the way, did you... I don't know if you saw any of that, John. Oh, yeah, of course you saw it. You replied to it. We're going to Frank's Den.
Yeah.
Mark, you'll get a kick out of this.
Yes.
Games in Annapolis. Where do you think the people are staying?
Who are the people?
The media people. Where do you think the media hotel is?
Hold on. Give me a sec.
Sure.
I'm going to go ahead and say that everyone is staying somewhere around the airport. BWI.
Oh, Mark, if you are on the
BWI
nose,
Marriott.
The Marriott at the airport.
It always has, so it's always Marriott, and I could not I could not figure out what Marriott was in Annapolis that they were going to stay at. And then when you said, oh, they're effectively staying near Johnny's house, I was like, fucking hell, they're going to the PWI Marriott.
Oh, I know exactly where this airport is. Or this airport.
You know
yes,
where
I
the
know
airport
exactly where PWI airport is, guys.
You're right.
Oh, fucking clod I am.
It's actually farther than my house to Annapolis.
Yeah. It is actually, it's Linthicum. Yeah, they're staying in that little hotel reservoir. Like once you get past the airport, like almost towards where the light rail station and stuff is back there. Like, I guess where Swatala used to work. Yeah.
Back by West Nursery Road.
Yeah, back where I used to stay when I didn't stay at Johnny's house. It is literally, the BWI airport is literally on West Nursery. Elkridge Landing in West Nursery.
Yeah.
The NHL, we don't know where to put people in either. Holy Jesus. That's hilarious. I saw that. I'm like, wow, you guys might as well have stayed in Catonsville. Like, that's... Why? Why even?
I mean, you know why they did that? Because they expect people to go out in Baltimore.
Yeah, dude, no one's going out in Baltimore. Well, even then, put them in Baltimore. Put them in the Kevin Plank Hotel. Is that open?
It's really nice.
Is it? Okay.
Not that I've been there. I've seen inside of it.
Well, fucking put people in there. Christ, at least put them in like Brooklyn Park or something, like close to it. Is there any hotels in Brooklyn Park that cost more than $5 a night? I don't know. You should know. Find us. Get us at us. Face Off HCKY show on Twitter. Joined now by Lyle Richardson, newest writer of the Sporting News.
Hello.
He's taking over the Sporting News. And yeah, Lyle, we're talking about the media hotel, and boy, howdy.
Sounds delightful.
You know, when Lyle comes down for the next Big Stand Invitational, I think that's what we'll put him up at the Marriott at the hotel.
But then we'll just do the Big Stand Invitational around PG County, and it'll be the same idea.
No, I told you, I'm crashing at Johnny's place.
Mm.
Even though Johnny hasn't agreed to this, I'm still crashing at his place.
Face Off Hockey Scotch. That's why.
Well, exactly.
So. Let me find the Navy Marine Corps Stadium, and we'll do this. Stop! Wow, there's like 6 stops.
Well, I'm a veteran. Would they allow me to stay like at the military barracks or anything like that? That would be cheap.
You could. I don't know.
I stayed in the military barracks before when we wrestled at VMI, we went
Oh,
down
yeah.
and stayed in one of the military barracks.
So, from the hotel to the Navy Stadium, which is 97 straight through, 22 miles, 22.8 miles. Johnny, what's the first?
Yep.
What's
And
the,
you drive
what's-
past my house.
Yeah, right. You literally drive past Johnny's house.
Yeah.
From Johnny's house,
On the
17 miles.
on the New Cut Road.
Yeah, 17 miles. So we are effectively closer.
We're
Then-
5 miles closer.
5 miles closer.
Could you so the media van on the way down 95, you think we can just get them to stop off at my house and
You
pick
mean
you all up?
97?
97, yeah.
Yeah,
That too.
yeah. I was gonna say 95. We'll be going way the hell and gone. But you know what? I realize this now. As I look at the map, I forgot the Maryland Live Casino is not too far down the road.
Oh boy.
So,
Well, Maryland Live is very close, and Horseshoe is not that far away either. If you go the other way,
Horseshoe isn't. Yeah, no. So, but there's a Cracker. The only upside is there's a Cracker Barrel near their hotel, and that's where breakfast is going to be happening on the Sunday with Barb and Stan and Jen, and that's it. That's all. It's just going to be the four of us. You know what else is just the four of us? The Pick'em segment. Lyle, look, Pick'em segment. Last week, guess who was the big winner? That's
Me.
right. That's right, Mark. Mark is the big winner. Mark had 15.
The last 2 out of 3 for me.
Yeah,
Wow.
Mark had 15 with Norfolk. Johnny was in second. I was in third. Lyle was in last.
Oh,
For
wow.
the year, Johnny up 159. I at 154. Lyle's at 136. Mark at 117.
I sure as hell hope that there's a team in the Frozen 4 that has the same amount of characters.
Right?
Yeah,
That'd be
you're-
fantastic.
yeah.
I don't know if there's many.
Mm.
Because then at that point, do you count the university portion of it, or do you have to
Maybe.
just go?
I'm just going.
No?
I'm going all in.
All right. SPHL, the Spiel.
Spill.
The
Spill.
Is what we're doing this time. Bye. You can go ahead and wait for Lyle to bring that up, and he can go ahead. First up.
Let me pull up the standing so I can see. How many teams do we have here in the spill? 10 teams in the spill. Well, this will be easy. Famous last words.
Right.
Wow. Well, I gotta stick with my wrestling team, and there's only one really here that jumps out at me. Of course, my favorite. So I'm sticking with the Huntsville Halloween Havoc.
All right. Then next to me, I am going with the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. That
Nice.
is John.
I'm gonna add the space into this one between
Mm.
ice and bears, and I'm gonna go with the Knoxville Ice Bears. Both have 9 characters. Adding the space.
Oh, that's a.
I'll accept it.
We'll allow it, I guess.
I'll accept it.
And Mark.
Man, I don't know who any of these people are. Although I do like. Damn. Never mind. I can't take them.
That's a good
Huntsville,
team.
the Huntsville
Oh.
Halloween Havoc are coached by Glenn Detuelo. I can't pick them though because Lyle already took them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Kevin Kerr and the Macon Mayhem.
Nice.
Are they already taken or no?
No,
No.
you're good.
All right, Macon Mayhem and Kevin Kerr. Kevin Kerr. I feel like I should know Kevin Kerr, but
Sounds like someone we know.
yeah, no. Well, he used to coach, he played and coached the Flint Generals. That doesn't help though. So,
Oh, I know who he is. He's like the one of the Iron Men in the UHL, one of the all-time United Hockey League top scorers.
he was drafted by the Sabres at some point. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Who was
Mark, do you
it?
have time to stick around? Yeah, exactly. Do you have time to stick around for Lyle's 3-on-3s, or do you gotta go?
Yeah, give us Lyle's 3-on-3s, and
All
then
right.
I'm gonna roll.
So Lyle, we had an idea of having 3-on-3s, like a
Mhm.
3-on-3 senior league. And we decided to pick our 3-on-3s. My team consists of Sergey Fedorov, Paul Koff, also 3-on-3s plus an extra because those leagues get tired. I got Sergey Fedorov, Paul Coffey, Eric Lindros, and Pavel Bure. Mark's got Teemu Solani, Mario Lemieux, Ray Bork, Steve Eiserman, Johnny Pick, Nick Lidstrom, Marty St. Louis, Adam Oates, Wayne Gretzky, and Chris from the comments section picked Scott Niedermayer, Peter Bondra, Brett Hall, and Chris Chelios.
Who are these players? Like, where
40 and over.
40 and over.
Players playing on 100 by 85 ice.
Currently
And
retired.
still alive.
Still alive.
Still alive.
No goalies.
Oh my gosh, no goalies. Holy shit. Hang on.
And this isn't like Gretzky in his prime. This
no,
is Gretzky
no, this
right
is
now.
like right now. Yeah, yeah.
It's like Gretzky,
Okay.
if we told him to get off the couch, we've got $100,000 for an appearance for him.
That's why he hurt his back in that.
Oh God, you guys picked all the good ones. There's nobody left there for me.
I'm sure there's
Nobody at all.
Who's left? Oh Jesus, they all who could play
Jesus
right
is
now
good,
and are
I've heard.
still alive, eh? Oh, this is really gonna
Jesus
suck.
and over 40.
And over 40. Oh.
All right, so all the people that we took are the ones that would come to your head first.
Yes.
Yeah, I won't put you on the spot, Lyle. All right, how about you? You think about it for a little bit, and I'll
Oh my
I'll
God.
hear from these guys who you picked. And
Okay,
then,
hang on. Yeah. So no goalies, right? All right. So I need 3 forwards and 2 defensemen, correct?
You need four players.
Any
Four
4
players.
players?
It doesn't matter how
Doesn't
you
matter
put it
how you
together.
do it.
Any 4.
Any
Okay.
4 you want.
Any 4 that I want. All right. All right. Did anybody pick Joe Sakic?
Nope.
All right. I'm taking
No.
Joe Sakic. For
Okay,
one.
as a player or GM, because
as
both
a
of them
player, as a player. Did anybody pick Brett Hall?
yes.
Shit. Okay. Did anybody pick Brian Leach?
No.
Then I'm taking Brian Leach.
See, there's still a good amount of players out there.
Hang on. Yeah, I'm getting there. Oh shit. Nobody took Paul Correa?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
I'm taking Paul Correa. I am definitely taking Paul Correa. How many I got left? 2?
You got one left.
1 left. How many? Okay, so I'm only allowed 4, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who? Okay. Who have I taken so far?
Sakic, Brian Leach, Paul Correa.
Did anybody pick Forsberg?
Nope.
Peter Forsberg.
All right.
That's another solid team.
Thank you.
Team.
Yeah,
Good
I had
team.
to
Well done.
pull it up to look, but yeah, because you guys took all the ones that would immediately come to mind.
Right?
So I had to dig a little, but
But
Anyway.
you still had some solid people out there. Like you didn't go Adam Foote. So I think that's like next level.
Yeah, it's true. Adam Foote would be next level.
Mm.
All right, Mark. Any shout outs before you go?
No shout outs. I'm excited to relax this weekend. So
yay.
that's what we're gonna be doing. Just hanging out. So
Cool.
no shout outs, just not flying anywhere.
Enjoy your relaxing weekend then.
Good times.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself, buddy.
All right, boys.
See ya.
See you later.
See you later, Mark.
So yeah.
And there he goes, Mark with a C. Everybody. Well, Lyle, shit's been picking up for you, hasn't it?
Oh,
Holy
business
crap.
is starting to pick up right now. It is starting to pick
booming.
up. The trades have begun.
Two of the bigger ones that stand out to me, or at least one of the bigger ones.
Yep.
Peter Mrazek going to Philadelphia. Because why not? I mean, Brian Elliott's done.
God.
They had to put in Alex Leon for Christ's sake.
Well, because Neuwirth wound up.
Is
Neuwirth's
there,
Neuwirth's now 4 to 5 weeks now. So
I feel like the Flyers goaltending book is like a 3-ring binder that you can
Oh, yeah.
continue to add
oh my God,
pages into it.
who was it that I read today that they showed a picture of Mrazek in his first practice with the Flyers and said, "This is the face of a man who was just handed a book called every Flyers goaltender since Bobrovsky."
Right.
You
It was
know?
probably Greg.
It's like, wow,
I think it was
and it
Greg.
would have been apt because, well, Jesus, history of every Flyers goalie since Ron Hextall, for God's sake. Really?
Yeah, essentially, I think I did it a couple of years back when they were saying this one's the real big thing. I want to say Brizgalov. They've had like
Yeah.
15 and 14 years.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. And the one good one they had, Laviolette was Laviolette who was the coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gave up on him when they made that run to the final in it was in 2010.
Yep.
When they made that run. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Michael
but they
Leighton?
kind of gave up. They kind of gave up on Bobrovsky.
No, he wasn't there yet. He didn't get there until after the playoff run.
Was it after? Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm showing my age then. But I know at some point there, they had Bobrovsky. They had Bobrovsky, and they gave up on him because Laviolette wasn't a fan.
Well, and it shows because he played the majority of the starts in 2010-11.
Yes,
And then it was denied to backup in 2011-12 when Brizgalov got there.
and then they just cut him loose. You know,
Yep.
and yeah. So anyway, perpetual Achilles.
It couldn't have happened to a better team.
Perpetual Achilles heel. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
But,
really
you know,
is. It's sad. And I'm talking. And when I'm talking Ron Hextall, I'm not talking Ron Hextall who tandemed up with the Ron Hextall version that tandemed up with Gar Snow in 1996-97, when Gar Snow was using 2x4s as shoulder pads. I'm talking like Ron Hextall when he was good in the
Conn
late
Smythe
80s. The Conn Smythe guy who was I'm pretty sure he was a nominee in there at one point. Let me just check. A nominee for the president.
Scott, I think you were right.
Let me check real quick. But we do know, yeah. I mean, obviously, oh shit! Not just a nominee, won the Vezina the same year that he won the Smythe, and finished and incredibly finished second for the Hart or for the Calder Trophy that year. That he was he was rookie that year, finished second. The Calder Memorial Trophy winner that year, Luc Robitaille.
Oh, lucky Luke.
Luc Robitaille.
No one took him.
No, none of us picked him. But this is the thing. Yeah, I mean, won the Vezina, won the Smythe, was first team All-Star, and was the following 2 years a pretty good goaltender after that. And then everything just kind of sort of went off the rails there for a little bit. But still, late 80s Ron Hextall was good. So you're talking 30 years. 30 years they've been waiting for a good goaltender.
Yeah, good luck.
Even when they have one, they let him slip through their fingers.
Mm-hmm.
So there. But they really had no choice to go get Mrazek. I mean, this is the thing that, I mean, they were offered him a week ago. They could have had Mrazek for a third-round pick. Hextall said no because he was gonna as well go with Neuwirth and just kind of hang there and see what was gonna happen. And then Neuwirth gets hurt, and yeah, now you had to give up at least they're conditionals anyway. But still, wound up losing 2 conditional picks to get the guy. So yeah, the conditions too being Mrazek. I believe if he wins, I believe it's 5 regular season games. There's a certain number of regular season games Mrazek has to win, and then the pick increases and goes up a level and all that. And if they go so far in the playoffs, but anyway, and they resign him. But yeah, so that one was kind of sort of had no choice if you're Ron Hextall. So
Yeah.
interesting one tonight too. By the way,
Yeah, the Darcy Kemper trade.
yeah, did not see that coming.
Yeah, Kemper to Arizona, then subsequently allegedly gets signed. 2 years, $1.85 million on that 2-year deal per year. Tobias Ryder and Mr.
Scott
Wedgwood go the other way.
Yeah.
Why is he going to take over for Anthony Ranta? Like, is this?
No. That the whole thing with that, they still want to have Ranta there. This trade was not made with Ranta's future as part of the deal that they're concerned that Ranta is going to leave or that they're going to trade him. They still would prefer to keep him. And considering, the fact that, like I said, they need all the help they can get in goal right now, and Ranta has looked good when he's been healthy. It's obvious why they want to keep him. So, but I think they want to have a little bit more depth there to back him up. So, I mean, I like that move on their part. Ryder, things weren't working out there, so he goes to the Kings. Interesting thing with the Kings, though, in the span of a week, they wanted to get a top 4 defenseman and got him with Marian Gaborik. And didn't I say last week? I said they could still go turn around, load up, and get themselves a forward. And they go and get one quite affordably. And when you look at the depth that they had, that they have in their goaltending with the King. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Jonathan Quick is their guy, is their starter. So they can afford to move Kemper and bring in Wedgwood and get themselves a little more forward depth. But I think it goes to show too. I mean, with Jeff Carter coming back, who's actually been cleared to practice for full practice now at the club, I think those are the biggest moves we're going to see the Kings make. They make, Rob Blake makes a couple of affordable deals, shores up his defense, shores up his depth up front. Now he gets Jeff Carter coming in that's going to help their scoring. So I think the Kings are done now. I think they've made the moves they need to do, and I think it was pretty good shuffling around of assets there by him, because they got rid of a hefty contract with Marian Gaborik last week. They bring in a good younger forward, who can kind of fit into a two-way system there, has a decent scoring touch, and is affordable. So, yeah, I like these moves. I mean, it did cost Rob Blake a hell of a whole lot to do it. He didn't have to give up a first or a second to make this happen.
Yeah, no, Rob Blake really, really putting himself forward on this one. First year as a GM, making a pretty big impact here.
Just really quickly, I'm curious as to what LA Kings superfan Will Wheaton thinks of Dion Phaneuf now, because he absolutely hated that trade last week. He was pissed off at Rob Blake. Dion Phaneuf, 3 goals in his first 4 games. Kings have looked really good with him in their lineup, and I think this move now is, as I said, going to help out. I think maybe Will Wheaton starting to hear, Jean-Luc Picard's voice in his head saying, "Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley."
I don't know who Will Wheaton is.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Well,
If you're a Star Trek Next Generation fan, you'd know. But anyway,
was he in? Did he see a dead body?
No.
but that was in the movie Stand By Me. He was one of the kids in that movie.
He hasn't done anything.
Oh, so it was
Anyway.
Culkin.
Hey, Will Wheaton's been in things.
River Phoenix.
Culkin,
Is that,
He has a recurring role
River
in
Phoenix,
The Big Bang
he was
Theory.
Culkin.
Stand By Me. Yeah. Macaulay Culkin was in My Girl.
Yes, he was the dead. He was the dead body in that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they made a My Girl too. Amazing. Lyle,
My Girl also?
My Girl as well. So news came out today. Well, rumor came out today that the Ottawa Senators,
That there's a hockey game in. Oh, sorry.
in their infinite wisdom,
Game in Annapolis.
in their infinite wisdom, the Ottawa Senators are looking. They'll tease the idea of shopping Mr. Erik Karlsson. Then something came out. They'll deal Karlsson if someone's willing to take Bobby Ryan. Now, listen, we looked this up. 7.25 for the next 4 for Bobby Ryan's contract.
Yep.
No fool alive would be dumb enough to take that deal, would they?
Marian Gaborik got traded last week, and so did Dion Phaneuf. Both of those guys carried hefty contracts.
Sure, but that's money going in, coming out. You're taking at least $12 million for at least next year.
Oh, more. I mean, your cap hit with just for next season with Ryan and with Karlsson, who's making 6.25. That's over 13 mil. Okay, so you're taking on 13 mil combined. The way that this thing breaks down is apparently now the Senators, they're not shopping Karlsson. They're not saying we are trading him. Give us your best offers because we're trading him. But they're saying, look, if you're interested in him, we're willing to listen. Big difference between shopping a guy and at least listening to offers. Because who knows? Maybe you'll get one you'll go, whoa, too good to refuse. But here's the thing. Then this breaks down in 2 ways. My understanding of it anyway is without Bobby Ryan in the deal, the Sens would want between 5 to 7 assets. Okay, you're talking at least 1 to 2 good young NHL players, plus draft picks, plus prospects. That's what you're looking at just for Erik Karlsson alone. Okay? They're willing, however, to move him and accept less, i.e., maybe 3 to 4 assets, being at least one good young player, one top prospect, and your first round pick. I would assume, plus maybe one of any of the others as well. If you're also willing to take Bobby Ryan off their hands, But here's the thing: to me, this is the kind of deal that gets made in the off season. Could Karlsson get traded by the deadline? Of course, it's possible. It could happen. But you're talking a significant trade here, the type that we do not normally see at the deadline. A superstar, an elite defenseman, a 2-time Norris winner, a Norris finalist last season. Yes, he's been hampered a bit this season because he had off-season heel surgery, and you've got people now saying, oh, well, I suppose that means he's never going to be as great as he was again. Look, sometimes it takes a year after a major surgery for a player to get fully back to 100%. Bottom line is the Cat's got 41 points this season. He's sitting in the top 10 among NHL defensemen. He's among the Senators' leading scorers. Okay, so this guy offensively is still fantastic. You put him, he would be a welcome addition to any defense score anywhere. Okay, so this isn't a guy that you're going to trade and just 3 assets and we're done. No, that's not going to happen here. And you're going to have, if you're giving up 2 good quality young players, what kind of effect is that going to have on your roster when you are about to enter the stretch drive and you're heading towards the playoffs and you're a cup contender? Okay, because I've heard the Tampa Bay Lightning. Everybody mentions the Tampa Bay Lightning. Okay, and that all goes back to a month ago when down at the All-Star game in Tampa Bay when Karlsson is hanging out with his BFF Victor Hedman of the Lightning, and all of a sudden that started it all going. Would Steve Yzerman be interested? I'm sure he is. Would he be willing to kick the tires on seeing what the asking price is now? Of course. But if you get Karlsson, you're looking at possibly giving up 2 really good young players out of your lineup right now. And to me, that's Mikhail Sergachev. He's got to go. That young defenseman that they got from Montreal, he has to be part of that deal. And a young forward like, say, Braden Point, I think you've got to part with him too. Okay? You have to. All right, I don't just see it being Mikhail Sergachev and we'll give you 3 firsts and 2 top prospects. No. And if you're throwing Bobby Ryan in there, where the hell does he fit? Because that's and I don't just mean playing wise. I mean, because Ryan, let's face it, 30 years old. He's not the scorer he once was. He's been hampered a lot in the last 2 years by hand injuries. Okay, which makes him very tricky right now to take on a gamble. But here's the thing too. Like Karlsson, Bobby Ryan also has a 10-team list of preferred trade destinations. 10-team list of preferred trade destinations. Okay. His list may not be similar to Karlsson's list. Okay. So if you can say, well, they're going to Tampa Bay, of course they'll accept a trade to Tampa Bay. Well, we don't know that, do we? Sure, he would. Sounds like it. You would, I would, the rest of the world would, but he might not want to. He might prefer, I'd rather go to teams in the Northeast. I would rather stay in the American Northeast. I'd rather go to Philadelphia or New Jersey or New York. For all we know, we don't know. But even if they both agree to go to the same team, $13 million cap hit for next season. How in the hell are the Lightning supposed to absorb that without giving up significant salary going the other way? Or unless you convince the Senators to pick up a healthy chunk of that salary to make it work. But even then, you put the dollars aside, you put aside the no trade thing, assuming they'll go good. How is it going to affect your team chemistry if you've given up 2 good young players to get him? Yes, I know it's Karlsson. Of course, he's going to come in. He's going to make your blue line better, of course. But now you're losing a key part of one of your forward lines. And how are you going to adjust to that? So that's why I'm saying if this is something that was in the off season, I could see it because you're looking ahead to the new season. But right now, you're in the middle of the season. You're the top team in the NHL. You're expected to be a cup contender. You're pushing down the stretch drive. Do you really want to make that kind of a move where you're going to be getting rid of maybe 2, maybe even 3 pieces off your roster to bring in a guy that is talented as he is? Yes, it's going to bolster your blue line, but what kind of could it potentially have an adverse effect to your forward line? What kind of effects is it going to have on your team chemistry? There is some risk there.
And there's only a couple teams that would be,
yeah,
even thinking of doing it. And in all honesty, I know this is never going to happen. I qualify with this because I know when I start rattling off the names, Lyle's be like, no.
Well, no, but
Lyle in a dismissive manner as he is on the Face Off Hockey Show. Plays his character well, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. That's my job. Yeah, Captain Buzzkill. That's my name.
Exactly. Because when I look at it here, oh boy, the only team that I would think, and you want to talk about it, someone wanting to make a big splash, wanting to make a big splash, Bobby Ryan and Erik Karlsson probably don't even have this team anywhere on the radar. But they go. They decide, you know what, guys? We're going to flip a coin. Comes up heads Carolina. They go to Carolina. In return, Victor Rask, Justin Falk, I would say Martin Necas, who's on loan, and then draft picks. Never going to happen. The only way it could happen, though, I think.
Well, then that's with the, as you said, them both saying, you know what? Sure, let's go to Carolina. Exactly. They do great barbecue. We got the NASCAR and all of that, and we're fans of college basketball too. Hey ho, let's make this happen. Hey ho, let's go. But yeah, because look at where Tampa Bay is right now. Cap wise. Now, current cap space, $8.3 million, blah, 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 yeah, but projected cap space overall, they've invested over $72 million already, 72.9, almost $73 million in their current roster. You've got to give up a lot if you want to take on both those guys. If you're taking on Karlsson, not so bad. You can send a salary out, not so bad, right? But but still, you're paying out a lot potentially out of your roster proper. Sergachev for Karlsson, yes, that's a swap anybody makes right now, given where Sergachev is going to be a very good defenseman, could be a superstar perhaps one day, but right now he's not Erik Karlsson. So yeah, you make that move right now if you're going for the Stanley Cup, sure. But do you want to lose Braden Point out of your roster? You let's see who outlet. This is just assuming if it's just Karlsson, right? You're not having to take on Bobby Ryan.
Are you allowed to tell Eugene Melnyk, like, I don't want Bobby Ryan, but I'll buy you a yacht instead?
I wonder if that
back in the day,
cap circumvention. I think that's
40 years ago, that would have fallen under future considerations.
There it is.
There you go. For futures, yes, future. But here's the thing. Right now, Braden Point, I'm looking at Lightning line combinations here. Braden Point's their second line center right now. Okay. Now, yeah, okay, you could go with Tyler Johnson's been in that role before. You could slide him off the wing and back into that role again. But let's say that they want Sergachev, Braden Point, and while we're at it, you've got a good young forward in there too. Like, maybe we want somebody like Yanni Gourde. Okay, he's a little older as a rookie, but still a rookie and a very solid two-way player. Or maybe you want somebody like maybe Matthew Pekka, who's shown some potential. So now that's 3 guys. That's 2 forwards gone right off the bat out of your roster. Now, yeah, at some point you're going to get Andre Palat back, but still, is it really worth it at this point? That's where I'd have some difficulty seeing Tampa Bay going after.
And this is taking into account, by the way, I think did I see the salary cap was going to go up to between 78 and 82?
they're ballparking it that it could reach as high as 80 million.
Okay.
For next season.
So that's also taking into account that money as well. And in all honesty, if you're taking just Karlsson, you got 1 year to wow him and say this is the direction you want to be in before you have to pay him even bigger dollars.
Well, and I mean the word of it, I mean everything that I've read about this in Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay beat writers, they agree. Oh, sure, Karlsson would be a great ad. But yeah, you're only going to have him for 1 year because here's a look at the guys that you've got to re-sign. You're going to look at re-signing Nemesnikov this season. Not too bad.
Be open this summer.
And that's arbitration. He's arbitration eligible. Okay, but now you're looking ahead to you've got Kucherov is an RFA, arbitration rights. He's asking for a lot of money. It's going to be a lot. He took the discount the last time, bought into the plan. He's going to want to have at least as much as Stamkos. Yzerman has this wizardry genius way of getting his players to accept market value to stick. But maybe this time Kucherov goes, I want 10. I'm worth more than that. I've proven it. Because right now the guy's on pace to win the Art Ross. Okay, he's on pace to win the scoring title. If he helps him win the Stanley Cup, I mean, oh man, he's got all the leverage. So you got Kucherov. Yanni Gourde's going to be a free agent. Braden Point, if you don't trade him, he's going to be a free agent. You look at your defense. Strawman, Coburn, and Girardi are all UFAs. Now you can go, no great loss. Sure, we can afford to lose, 2 of those 3. Especially if we can, save up the money to get Karlsson. But here's the thing. That they've got $43 million invested in just 8 players. So even with the salary cap going up where it's going to be going up, where it could even be over 80 million for the season after, beyond, that's still a lot of money, man. And that's still a lot of players you got to re-sign. So that's why the consensus kind of feeling in Tampa Bay from the media that I've been reading and hearing is that sure, Karlsson would be a great ad, but we'd only have him short term because there's no way we can afford to pay him 12 to 14 million bucks to keep him here.
Yeah, that's just it. Like you're talking about, when Nemesnikov this year, Kucherov the next year, on top of what Karlsson's going to ask for. It's too much money.
It is.
But at the same time, it's good to have that option of great players around you. That said, I think everyone wants to go to Tampa Bay. I want to go to Tampa Bay. Not really. Sure. I couldn't care less about that.
But I mean, you really want to make that move?
Humid.
But do you really want to make that move and take on Bobby Ryan as well? His 7.25 mil as well.
That's the thing that scares me.
To make
the fact that that's 4 more years of that.
Exactly.
And that's a shitty presidential term.
And you really don't want to have that hanging over your head for the next 4 years when you've got so many other key guys that you got to re-sign that you could sign for much more affordable. But here you've got a $7 million guy, or let's say that the Sens say they take 2 mil of that off your hands. You're still looking at over 5 mil eating up valuable cap space that should be going towards the younger guys. I would think if, saying this, I could turn around next week and I'll be sitting here going, remember how I said that Karlsson wasn't going to go to Tampa Bay? Well, it did happen.
Boy, that was a move on Monday, right, guys?
But I don't see how you can make that work right now. I would think, and everything that Steve Yzerman's been saying, of course, Yzerman plays his card close to the vest and a good GM will. He's not going to admit what he's going to do. But he says that he doesn't want to make a big move just for the sake of doing so. I mean, the team's playing well right now. If you're going to make a move, I could see him going after somebody. I could see him going after somebody like a good rental, like maybe somebody like Mike Green for right now. Do that to the end of the year, and then maybe see how things are going to play out over the summer. Because you're sitting in a good place right now. If you're the Lightning, you've got the depth that you could be. Your window is, I think, going to be open as a cup contender for at least the next 3 seasons.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
they're
you
in they're in the catbird seat with
Yeah, so they don't have to make a giant blockbuster move like this at the trade deadline. If you want to look at, if you come up short in the playoffs and you think that you need to do and go for it, well, okay, I could see that move happening in the summer, but not when you're sitting hot, riding high in the standings. You know, why make a move like that now?
You know who makes that desperation move? George McPhee,
Penguins.
Washington Capitals era. Makes that desperation move. I'm just wondering if there's any way you can get Bobby Ryan's fancy stats up so that they can send him to Arizona, and somehow forge his list to have Arizona on said list.
Yeah,
that's where contracts go to die, ladies and gentlemen.
But see, and it's like I said, this is the thing too. There's so many teams that, yes, they would love to have Erik Karlsson, but good God, to make those dollars fit, so many teams right now don't have a lot of cap space.
Well,
you know,
so we have 3 things on the chat right now. First of all, is a filthy Rangers fan asking if they have anything that they could get Karlsson. That was Chris.
Sorry, I'm not saying that to be mean.
And let's be honest, the Rangers are in sell mode more than buying.
They're not buying. The Rangers are not, and they're definitely not buying that big right now. So I don't think they're looking to get younger, and I mean that's why they're listening to offers for Ryan McDonough. You know, that's so.
Brian said he took a boxing class tonight and he's never been more tired in his life.
Weird.
And Leslie says, I have a great haircut. So those are the 3 things from
there we go.
Listen, I am all for trade talk. I'm all for boxing talk, but you putting yourself over like that, I'm not really a fan of. I don't know.
No, it was I mean, we needed 3 things. You can't have an A and a B. Like you have to have one.
No,
A.
you have an A and a 2, and then you're good.
Right.
1, 2, and C. I've numbered them. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've said all this stuff.
So I have a really the extremely cynical side of me, because that's like 90% of me. Says that Eugene Melnyk just said this so that people talk about the Senators for a little while.
Probably not wrong.
No other reason.
No,
he's not trading them. There's no one he can find to trade these 2 people to. He just wants people to talk about the Senators for a week.
Oh, listen, there are plenty of teams. As I said, there's plenty of teams that would take Erik Karlsson, but it's just like I said, it's just the price is going to be ridiculously high. And if you're throwing Bobby Ryan in there just so you can say, but then it won't, take Bobby Ryan too, and I won't ask you for so many of your top picks, young players and prospects. Well, that's kind of a poison chalice. It's like, that's no bargain. You're basically telling me to throw away $7.5 million a year in my
how do you feel like you're Bobby Ryan at that point?
Yeah, I mean, how the hell, man? So it's like they said. I mean, could it happen? Sure, it's possible that it could, but there's just so many. There's so many different moving parts in this thing. Like I said, the combined salary, or there's even Karlsson's salary on his own, the no movement or no trades, and what the Senators would be looking for. Because there's one thing I agree with that Doug McLean of Sportsnet said today: if you're going to move Karlsson, you better hit a home run with this. You've got to get you're not going to get full value back, but you've got to get back a return that's going to help you now and down the road. Because if you don't, then you're just going to go down in history as the guy who just tossed away Karlsson. Then it becomes the equivalent of Patrick Waugh trade. You go down in history as the guy who gave away a great player for magic beans.
Magic beans.
Right, that seems great. All right, Lyle, enough about Erik Karlsson.
Yeah.
Tired of it. Can we call Brian McClellan? McClellan. Okay,
McClellan.
First time. Take 3. Can we call? Can we call B Mizzle? Can we just call him Buster Rhymes now? Because
GMBM.
Because he's got us all in check with these defensemen he's picking up. Jakob Karabek, Mikael Kempny. Boy, you want to talk about depth?
He's cashing his checks, that's for sure.
I guess so.
I'll tell you, I like these moves. Very affordable depth moves to address to address his obviously blue line issues. He wanted to bring in a little bit more experience. I think this also will put to rest any talk of,
Mike Green.
Thank you.
Wow.
Seniors moments are very embarrassing. My apologies, but yeah,
All
that puts that talk to rest. Mike Green's not going to.
So at first, I thought you were going with this will put anything to rest that they're going to play rookies in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But that wasn't where you were going. You were
But
going
that
with Mike
also
Green.
puts that to rest too. I think they would prefer. Well, they just prefer to have that the experienced guys there on the blue line for depth more than anything else. So right now, what we're and I think the Capitals move just as on the whole right now is just kind of indicative of what a lot of teams are looking at right now. They're looking at the market. They're seeing that the name guys at the top of the trade bait board are very expensive. So like the Capitals, like the Kings today, and like the Flyers with their goaltending, they okay, let's go out and find ourselves some affordable options here. And that's what they're doing. So right now we're starting to see the depth guys are starting to fall by the wayside. Doesn't mean that the notable guys aren't going to be moving, but it just goes to show right now prices are too high for teams who want to get some help right now. So
they don't want to pay a lot for these mufflers.
No, they do not, sir.
I'll kind of pose the same question I did in the last little talk. Can the Capitals find some way to fudge Brooks Orpik's numbers to get him traded to Arizona?
How many years has he got left? Here we go.
He's got
to be coming to an end here.
Isn't it? He's got one more year, 1.5.
1 more year.
5.5.
5.5. Ooh, doesn't drop that much though either. 4.5 million. Only get a $1 million savings.
He's an old gray Mary. What he used to.
Yeah.
Is there a way they can shoot him out of a cannon?
Into the sun.
That's my question.
Into the sun.
Into the sun, Jimmy.
Well, or you could turn around and buy him out this summer. That I would not rule out because they will get your cap hit. It will be 2.5 mil for next season, and then drops to 1.5 mil the following season. I think we're looking at a possible bio candidate right there, kids.
All right, good. All right, well, we're in buyout territory with Brooks Orpik at least. We can see the light out of the end.
You can see the light there. Yeah, I'll be very surprised if they keep him. Just because you're gonna, they're gonna want to
get rid
free
of
up some caps. Well, they just want to free up some for nothing else. Free up some cap space.
He's worthless.
I know.
Jesus Christ, Lyle. Like
I know. Like I said, if you buy that out, that frees you up. So yeah, 2.5 mil cap savings. It'll help because you got 62 mil invested in 14 players for next season.
Yeah.
So that'll help. And the guys you got to re-sign.
Oh, so yeah. Well,
the guys you got to re-sign aren't that expensive. Well, John Carlson will be expensive, but you free that up, and then you got Tom Wilson. He's not going to be expensive.
He's at arbitration though.
Yeah, chase on, take him or leave him. Devontae Smith-Pelly, arbitration.
I think he'll get a nice little raise after the season.
Your two check additions were very, very affordable. Very affordable contracts. So they would be very affordable re-signings, one or the other, if you want to keep them. And Grubauer is also RB eligible.
The Grubauer one's going to be interesting.
That one will be. Yeah, I can see them keeping Tom Wilson just because, of course, physical guy. I want to keep. And the Beagle, Jeff Beagle.
Beags, I think, will stay.
The Beags, he'll take a reasonable amount. None of these. The only one is Carlson. All the other ones are going to be very affordable re-signings. So,
and then Grubauer, whether he stays or goes.
Yeah. But then you go, you can go into your pipeline then if you need to, because let's face it, Holtby's still your guy. But then again, maybe the G-man decides he likes being in Washington.
To be honest with me, Braden Holtby hasn't been that great this year.
He's had an off season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's not been that stellar. But who knows? Maybe playoffs.
So it might be the people playing in front of him right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Could be that too. Yeah, could be that too.
Some quick hits real quick before we get to some re-signings and then the taste sensation is sweeping the nation. Haha, fuck you. Nikita Soshnikov going to St. Louis. Good idea, bad idea, push.
Oh, so it was a good idea from the Leafs point of view. They needed to free up a contract to be under that 50 contract limit. Gives them some wiggle room heading into the trade deadline. Soshnikov, he'd fallen behind other players in the depth chart. Kasperi Kapanen had passed him, for example, in the depth chart. And they prefer to keep him. Soshnikov was coming off injured reserve. They did not want to demote another player, so I was like, hey, we'll take a 4th round pick for him. St. Louis, here you go.
Eric Fair going from Toronto. I forgot he was in the league. Going from Toronto to San Jose to take over Joel Ward's spot as former capital grinder for the show.
But primarily as 4th line center. And honestly, that might be the only move we see Doug Wilson make at the trade deadline. Might be the only one he needs to make. They're playing well. They've adjusted without, they've learned to adjust without Joe Thornton there. Martin Jones is playing better in net. They're getting some of the, Brett Burns, thankfully, was not seriously hurt earlier this week. They brought Paul Martin back up as insurance, which is a good insurance policy to have.
Absolutely.
So I don't think, earlier this year, but a month ago, there was talk, well, maybe they would trade Paul Martin, maybe bring in a depth forward. Honestly, I think they'll keep Paul Martin for the rest of the season and use him for the playoffs.
Former Prime Minister, great man.
Yes, indeed.
Why didn't he play in the Olympics?
What?
Why didn't he play in the Olympics if he was playing in the AHL?
He's under NHL contract.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why.
Yep.
Depth move for Boston, picking up Nick Holden for something called a Rob O'Gara and a 3rd round pick. Decent move.
That's another good move by Boston. Affordable one, again, addresses the blue line need they wanted over on the left side. There's talk that the Bruins aren't done shopping. They could maybe bring in another forward. They're not necessarily out of talking to the Rangers about Ryan McDonough, though that's another whole other box of frogs, and I don't think that's going to go off either at the trade deadline. But anyway, an affordable move by Boston. Honestly, I think as far as defensemen go, that's going to be the only move they're going to make at the deadline. I think their next move that comes will be for a forward.
And finally, Chris DiDomnichello to Chicago for Ville Polka. Whoa, baby, or whoa, who?
Just swapping deck chairs there. 2 teams that are just swapping deck chairs.
All right, that's it. Couple re-signings, Lau, if you want to speak on any of them. Eric Urbanson, 3-year extension with the Vancouver Canucks, and Michael Backlund, 6-year extension for Calgary. That one kind of stuck out to me as a interesting deal from Calgary standpoint.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's affordable, but it's a worthwhile one. He's their best two-way forward, definitely their best two-way center. He centers what they call the 3M line there with Michael Frolik and Matthew Tkachuk. But yeah, he's a very good two-way center. This is a guy that was getting some Selke Trophy talk last year. People saying he should have gotten consideration for it. They didn't have to pay a hell of a whole lot to keep him in the fold, and they obviously want to keep him as part of their long-term future. So yeah, that was a reasonable move. Goodbranson, this could go either way. I mean, the Canucks, it's not a really expensive re-signing.
Right.
He was making $3.5 million on this deal. He accepted $4 million. He could have tried to go out and get himself a bigger deal as an unrestricted free agent, but he wants to stay in Vancouver. This is the kind of guy, when you think about it, that you want to have there. Wants to be there, wants to be part of the future. They obviously think quite high of him. They want to have him there. He's got great leadership skills, worked well with the young players. They're looking at having him there to help their younger defensemen going forward. So in that regard, good move. But there is concern about his foot speed and his ability to adjust to the increasingly faster pace of the NHL. Could be a deal that comes back to bite him in the ass in 2 or 3 years' time. But for now, you can't argue with the logic of keeping an experienced physical defenseman there who wants to stay for a reasonable price.
Yeah, no, the Jeff Schultz rule. We got it.
Yeah.
And with the Michael Backlund, I forgot they were called the 3M line. We need more line names that are good.
Yeah, we don't. That used to be a thing years ago, and we don't get that very much anymore. I like the 3M line. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Okay.
We've waited a week.
Here we go. Here it is.
The taste sensation that's sweeping the nation. Fuck you. We're going to go a little bit more recent. Go to the year 2013. Go to the year where everything seemed to be going well for this now post-apocalyptic looking area. That's right. We're going to the Buffalo Sabres, who in 2013-14 set a record for most goalies used in a season.
Oh, wow.
With
Wow.
9.
Wow.
Lyle, the over-under I have set
Oh.
is 2.5 for you.
God damn. I forgot about that.
So,
Holy testicle
When was this?
Tuesday.
2013-14, the Buffalo Sabres.
They're so
Anyone
drunk.
on the roster or
These
or
are
just
these are the 9 goalies. The 9 goalies.
like
they
anyone
saw-
under the 50
my
roster,
Lord.
50 contract roster?
Yeah, Jesus, I don't know if you guys could do that.
9 goaltenders.
9 goaltenders who suited up, and this includes backups too.
Oh God.
9 goaltenders suited up. Put on that fantastic jersey. I think this is the turd jersey too. The turd
This
burger
was
jersey.
Buffalo
Oh, the
Put
one I
that
hate.
lovely
So the
thing
Buffalo
on.
Slug. I hated the Buffalo Slug
Yeah.
so much.
No, this is the one where it's yellow on one side and blue on the back.
Oh my God, that was a turd sandwich.
That was the turd sandwich.
oh,
That was
oh.
beyond Buffalo Slug era.
No. That made the Buffalo Slug look good.
Lyle, we're gonna start with you. Actually,
All
you know
right.
what? Haha, fuck you, Lyle. Johnny, we're gonna start with you.
Nice.
Johnny, you got the first pick in the 2013-14 Buffalo Sabres goaltending contest.
I'm gonna go with Jonas Enroth.
On the board, Jonas Enroth, everybody.
Wow, Johnny, man.
Wow. Look at that.
I'd forgotten
Knew it.
completely about him.
Got it.
Isn't he in the Olympics now? Jonas
Yes,
Enroth?
he was.
I
Well,
thought
he was
so.
until they lost.
Yeah, he was the one who totally destroyed his stick, wasn't it? Or wasn't that Victor
Yeah, he-
Frost?
No, I think it was Enroth who just went ham on us.
Just went
Oh,
batshit,
baby.
lost it. Yeah.
All right, Jonas Enroth,
Beautiful
one of the
Jim.
9.
Okay.
You're halfway to my over/under. I might have
Okay. Well, this is
Lyle.
the easy layup portion, and I thank you, Johnny, for giving me this. Ryan Miller.
Yep, Ryan Miller right there. So those are the 2 I thought.
Oh boy.
Now,
That was the two
Now
that
we
we
get
were
to
gonna
it.
get.
Oh my friggin'
now
God.
we're at that precipice. There's 7 more goalies.
7 goalies.
You've only picked 2.
This is crazy. 7?
Yeah.
7
Johnny,
more.
You're
7 more.
God,
Oh
it
man.
was terrible.
I really hate this
Um,
game. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. How do you
This is only this is less than 5 years ago. Like, what are we like? I gave you T. Come on.
Oh, I think I got one. Hang on. No, go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
It's
Johnny
just
can
a-
take it
I'm
from
gonna
me though.
go
Hang on.
with Fukufuji.
Sorry. Fuck you. No,
Okay.
Yutaka Fukufuji. Lyle, you're chomping at the bit.
You knew Fuji like I knew Fuji. Okay. God, I hope this is right because I'm thinking that this is the year that Ryan Miller got traded to St. Louis for oh shit, hang on. I had it. Yaroslav Halak?
You guys have got my over. Good job,
Hey!
Dylan. Wow. Lock on the board.
Yes. Oh, okay. I tell you right now, I am done. I was the only thing that saved me was because Ryan Miller was still there, and I'm like, is that the year Ryan Miller got traded? Because I know he got traded to St. Louis. Who did they get?
My God.
Oh, it's up to you, Johnny. I don't know if I can think of any others. Oh man.
The sad part is like I don't know if any of these goalies went on to do anything anywhere else.
There is. I will give you 2 more goalies on this list that it went on to do something.
I'm writing this down so I don't forget it. I might have another one.
Was Andrew Hammond on that team?
Who?
Hammond, who broke out in Ottawa.
Sorry. Fuck you. Lyle, you think you got another one?
I might have another one. It's a shot in the dark. Lindbach?
Sorry.
Okay,
Haha,
I
fuck
can
you.
scratch that out now.
Johnny, any others?
I hate this game.
We have a new addition to the chat.
Oh, okay.
AJ asked if Michael Neuvert was on that team.
AJ's a winner. Michael
Yeah!
Neuvert played 2
Nice
games.
one. Well done. Well done.
2.
Thanks for
on
joining.
that
Yes,
one.
anybody can jump in and play haha fuck you. You can
Exactly.
help save me and Johnny right
But
now.
they have the
We're
internet.
floundering,
Like
baby.
we know that we're not cheating.
Yeah,
so
those
we
guys
don't know
aren't
if-
using the internet,
we
but
don't know
I
if
don't think
people are
AJ
cheating.
used the internet either. He said
No, I honestly I think the way he asked that, I don't think
Well,
he.
no,
Yeah.
I
So
just
thank
said
you very
those.
much, actually, for that.
You've got
'Cause
almost
I
Wow,
gotta
that's
be honest.
amazing.
I'm tapped. I can't think of anybody else. I mean,
Almost
9
half.
goalies. Fuck. Wow.
almost half. You got 4 of the 9.
Oh man. Okay.
And
whose
there's
turn
still
is it?
one more
Is it
goalie that
still,
did something.
Is
though.
it still
Yes.
Johnny? Is it still Johnny?
You can go if you
No,
want.
Yeah, Johnny said Hammond. And then we
Okay.
got
Did Ulmark make his debut then?
Sorry. he did
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Yeah,
now I am
thought about that,
definitely.
but I ruled him out already.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm definitely done. I'm definitely tapped out here on this one. I'm tapping. Sorry, I can't.
Just
Honestly.
thinking of- I know. I know this isn't.
Oh God, I want Johnny to pick.
This is
Holy
so
shit.
weird
on,
to say
Jonas.
out loud.
I mean, come on, you
But,
pulled Jonas
think for
Enroth
some
out of your butt,
reason-
man. You can do it again.
For
Come on.
some reason, I'm thinking Ben Scrivens.
Oh, sorry. That's
Oh,
a good.
that
that's
is
a good
one.
random ass pick,
Yes. Yes.
though.
Yeah. Fudge. What the hell, Michael Layton?
Sorry, no.
Well, that's another
uh,
good random one. He's been everywhere.
This is gonna be more random than anything. And I don't remember him playing for the Sabres, but fucking fun at this point.
Why not?
I'm gonna go with Johan Gustafsson.
Ooh, that's a good one. But he did not play for the same.
Oh.
Ah!
That is another good one. Johnny, you're good at with
Johnny's
these
pulling these random goalies
No,
out.
but he's doing a hell of a lot better
Well,
than I am.
hold on, here's what happened. He came strong with Leland Irving one night, and now
Yeah,
he's just
true.
cocking
Now
the
he,
ball.
but hey, he got Jonas Enroth, man. He got
Right
Jonas
off the-
Enroth.
right off the
Come
bat.
on, no, seriously.
He
Like,
would have been fucked
he-
over
okay,
if he
so
put
I'm
because
Ryan
gonna-
Miller.
when
I'm
I
gonna
said
say
Ryan
this.
Miller, that was all I could honestly think of for the
I'm
Sabres
gonna
that
say
year.
this
Only because I
in
was
general.
wondering if he got traded. That saved my ass.
I'm not even joking. I was pretty certain that Ryan Miller had already been traded and that
Right.
Jonas Enroth was the starter.
Well, that's
That
why I
was
was
why
so
I didn't
surprised
say
when
Ryan
you came
Miller.
out with Jonas Enroth. I figured, oh yeah, Johnny's got the easy
Wow,
layup
hold on.
this week.
Listen to this fucking stat line on Jonas Enroth that year.
Okay.
So hold on, I gotta see if he was traded to.
He
or if
actually
this was
played
his
pretty
first-
well that year, if I remember correctly.
No, well,
Did
his.
he? I think. No,
It's in the eye of the beholder.
We have,
no, he was.
we have 2 more long shots coming from the chat. If I can throw them out.
Real quick, I just want to give the Jonas Enroth line: 282 goals against,
Yeah,
911 save percentage,
it's not bad.
417-5 was his record. 4
See?
wins.
Oh, can I throw one more name
Yeah,
out
but
there
they
before
only
the chat?
won like 12 games that whole year.
Can I throw one more name out there? Just he plays for the Canucks now. Anders Nielsen.
No, sorry.
Okay.
Chat.
So
what
we
do
have
they
2 long shots coming. Chris
Okay.
asked if Chad Johnson was on that team,
got? Sorry.
Oh.
Fuck
and
you.
Brian would like to throw an even longer shot out there and say Brent Johnson.
Wow.
Sorry. Fuck you, Brian.
Deep dive there too.
All right.
Okay.
we're-
All right, I think
All right.
I thank everybody who took the
Yeah,
time.
no,
to
thank
go
you
and
all for-
participate. Seriously.
Especially AJ pulling a nice little
Well done, AJ.
Michael Neuvert out of his ass.
Yes, and I think it's safe to say we can encourage our listeners to join in and play haha fuck you
he
in
also
future
said he
rounds.
he didn't cheat. He promises he can't name anyone else though.
No,
probably-
it was like I said, AJ. Just the way that you asked that question was pretty obvious that you were making a guess. Yeah.
So here's the rest of the goaltending line.
Okay.
Connor Knapp,
Who?
Matt Hackett, Matt Hackett did some things with the
Sounds-
Wild.
Actually,
I
funny, I
kinda
remember him.
remember him a bit. Yeah.
Matt Hackett was Jeff Hackett's like nephew.
Yes.
Andre
He was one of
Mac-
the Hackett boys, right?
yeah, I
Jeff
think
and
so.
Matt.
Andre Makarov, Nathan Lewin,
Oh yeah, he was
And-
fantastic.
and one of the first guys to be one of the after the disciples of Leonard, Ryan Vins, who is part of the scouting team for the Sabres, who on the night Ryan Miller got traded, Halak was the other guy. Jonas Enroth was ready to play, but Vins had to suit up as the backup goaltender because Halak wasn't going to make it in time, and Matt Hackett was not going to be able to make it in time.
Wow.
So Vins, who was part of the scouting team and still is apparently, he's still on payroll and used as a practice goalie.
Oh man.
So he is. He was the emergency
Poor-
one day.
Poor Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, you hate to say it.
That's amazing.
I think we can now safely say that the Buffalo Sabres have taken over the mantle as the most poorly run NHL team. When you look
the
at
worst.
it overall for the last 4 or 5 seasons, this is almost like a Mike Milbury level of ineptitude.
Let's we should pick up on that next week.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, Lyle, if you could
Hey, I
handicap
get
the
to
odds
see
of
the
this being,
Sabres on Saturday night.
that's true, and Johnny can tell you how bad they've gotten.
Please do.
Just without Eichel too.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
Eichel.
If you could handicap Monday's trade deadline, busy, not busy.
I don't want to say not busy, but it's certainly not going to be like slammed. So.
Significant busy versus significant not busy.
Moderate busy, because I think most of the big names are going to go over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. That's the way it's been going in the last couple of years. It's like the weekend heading in toward the trade deadline. That's when most of the name guys seem to come off the board, and then we're left sitting there watching TSN and Sportsnet fill 7 of 9 hours of their coverage, basically talking about the same pluggers and grinders, and then things the last hour and a half heading into the deadline. That's when things pick up. So I could be proven wrong, and maybe I'll be proven wrong, and a Carlson deal will happen, and we'll all remember this trade deadline as the Carlson one. But
and Lyle, you know how we mentioned the shit goaltending from the Buffalo Sabres?
Oh yes,
this is also a good reason why advanced stats does not work.
Mm-hmm.
The goalie coach for the Buffalo Sabres that year,
Corsi.
Jim Corsi.
Yep.
Creator of the Corsi stat. This is why advanced stats are bullshit. I've been Scotty Waz, ESP. Oh wait, that's someone else's bit. Lyle, been real, been fun. Good luck this weekend with the trade deadline. And I'll be at work, but I'll be following you through the whole thing. So
we'll sit back next week at this time, and we'll talk about.
I'll be in Maryland, so I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Well,
yeah, Scotty will be sitting next to me.
Cool, awesome.
There we go. All right, buddy. Enjoy.
All right.
Where can people find you on Monday?
You can find
Jen
me.
will
I'll
be on the
be
show next week too, right?
That's
cool.
True. She will be.
Awesome. Great. No, you can, during the trade deadline, of course, I'll be covering it like mad on my site, spectushockey.net. If you're looking for other trade coverage, of course, you can find my Rumor Roundup twice a week on the Sporting News. And I'm also doing special coverage as well on my NHLTradeRumors.com.
There you go. So there you go, kids. Follow them this trade deadline, the one-stop shop for everything you need. Thank you again. Lyle. We'll talk to you next week, buddy.
Talk to you next week,
Every
guys.
article is different, not the same one.
Never the same.
Never
Always
the same.
different.
Always different.
There he goes. Bye, Lyle. There he goes. Lyle Richardson in all the places he said. Johnny, you should have shouted that out before we left. About the Holtby.
No, it's fine. If it comes up next week with Holtby, we have that question too.
Okay, sounds good. Then give us.
I didn't want to. We had already switched thoughts before I could get that typed up.
Yeah, that's the problem with the delay.
Yeah.
What do you got? Shout outs was.
Yeah. A shout out go into the Caps game. I haven't been. I only go once a year, really. I might go later again in the year. One of my friends, she was talking about never going to a Caps game or a hockey game. So maybe I can go late toward the end of the year. But we'll see. It's the one time a year I go to a Caps game is when the Sabres are in town. Friend of mine is a Sabres fan. I am a Capitals fan. Last year I wore my Dominic Hasek jersey. So shout out to that coming up. Shout out to work. Back in the grind. I got to get back in the schedule. I think that's the problem of being off for a while. I was off for 2 weeks. Didn't set an alarm. Nothing. Even got. I was supposed to go watch USA OAR last Saturday with the Deaths, and decided Friday night after going out to Heavy Seas that I was going to set my alarm, ran everything, woke up at 8:30 because when I set the alarm, there was no alarm. It was just
not even
sleep.
the AM PM switch.
No. I have a switch on the phone that you can just track sleep and have no alarm go off. And why did I need an alarm? I wasn't working. So yeah, I didn't go out to the Hudson Street Cafe. Shout out to women's hockey gold medal game tonight. Should be a good game, no matter who wins. Good hockey. I think it's been better hockey than the men's tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least the 2 games against the USA and Canada. And I really liked watching Switzerland play too.
Mm-hmm.
They were a huge plus. And yeah, I think that's all. That's all my shout outs. I think I had a lot this week. Nice. Maybe next week we'll have shout outs to Kimbo. All around the place.
All around. Everyone's. Shout out to flying, getting flights, all that fun stuff. Dis to packing because I hate packing. Dis to sinus pressure. I don't know what it is. I don't know if things are falling out. If there's weather, I got a little sinus pressure right now.
I have enough sinus medicine at my house to start a small drugstore. So
sweet. I'll keep that in
mind.
Shout out to my friend Call, who went out drinking with me Saturday. Jen was supposed to join us, but she had sinus stuff done, so she couldn't join us. But Call's always a fun time.
Real quick, I don't mean to jump in, but we have people asking us if we're going to continue on the origin trail for the Patreon and what level of Patreon that is to hear that stuff.
We are going to keep on the Origin trail. We hopefully won't die of dysentery. That is, I believe, our $8 tier, the top tier. We're still trying to figure out this Patreon thing. I'm still trying to figure out this Patreon thing. I'll absolve the other boys of what the hell's going on.
But all of the old versions, all the old stuff that we've done stays up there, right? So
yes,
like if somebody gave $8 now, they could listen to all the extra podcasts that we've already done.
Exactly. You can go back and then look at all the other old stuff that's there, and also listen to the old extra podcasts, the overtime shows, as it were. So they're still up there. We did the last one was Lanham. And then this time we are going to go ahead and talk about the old days in Crofton with cold calling and stuff like that. The summer of cold
calling.
So that'll be there. That's the $8 tier if you want to go that route. And thank you for inquiring about Patreon. We love them. We love our patrons, like Brian, like Chris, like Damon, like Mark, like Matthew, like Ethan, like Trista, like Mitch, like Angela, and like Sean. If you want to go sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. All the fun stuff that's going to happen there. Like we said, old podcasts. We do Patreon pick of the week. So we put 2 things out there. You pick one. It's fantastic. If you got to it's the Jim Rome situation. Have a take, don't suck. and we will read your take on the air. All kinds of good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully whatever we can do to make things better, you let us know, and we will listen to it and try to make it better. Like this week coming up, next week actually, I'm going to be in town. Stadium Series. Scotty Waz is going to be there. I might have to run into Pete Medhurst or Radio TV's Joe Miller. Be great. We can call horse races, me and Petey Medhurst. He'll call a horse race. I won't. Anyway, that's it. That's all. For Johnny P, Mark with the C, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. Has been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com. That's also our Tumblr. Hey, our Twitter is FaceOffHCKY Show. The Facebook is FOHS Radio. That's it. We've done it. Another show in the books. We'll talk to you next week when I'll be back home right next to Johnny there. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. He's already closed out the studio role, so it doesn't matter. But right next to Johnny, where he was, I'll be there. I'll be there. Bye, everybody. Peace.